Hi, I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com, and today I'd like to share with you some alternate project ideas I came up with using the contents of the July 2016 My Paper Pumpkin kit from Stampin' Up! Titled, What a Gem. In this kit, you get enough supplies to make 8 sparkly octahedron-shaped gift boxes, 4 of 2 different sizes, with coordinating tags. And these larger 4 can hold a lot. Plus, look at this great stamp set that you get with this month's kit. The stamp set alone is worth the price of the kit, which is $20, and that includes the cost of shipping right to your mailbox. Besides the stamps and the inks that you can collect and continue to use in future projects, you'll also get the pre-cut and scored decorative papers, embellishments and accessories, special adhesives, great directions with step-by-step photos, and a link to a how-to video to help you assemble the projects as shown. All you need is scissors and the clear block that you get with your first kit. You can follow the directions given in these kits to create fabulous, fun projects and cards, or you can go beyond and change up the kit contents to create something completely outside the paper pumpkin box, as I'll be showing you in my video today. This is why I have subscribers that range from beginners all the way to the most advanced paper crafters. And if you choose to sign up with me as your demonstrator, I email you extra ideas each month that are exclusive to my subscribers only. You can try these kits for 1 month, 2, 3. There's no obligation. And there are many options for purchasing. Contact me or check out the Paper Pumpkin link on my website for more information. I'm excited to share my outside-the-box ideas now, so let's get started. Keep in mind that any extra tools that I use can be purchased from me, and they are listed below and linked to my online store. Well, welcome to the second video in a series of 2. You'll want to watch the first one, where I shared 5 cards and an ornament. But as many of you know, I am an avid scrapbooker, so I make Project Life and traditional 12x12 pages with every single Paper Pumpkin kit. Those are in this video. What you'll need for the 12x12 traditional pages are dimensionals, and again, you could get that from a past kit. Basic black ink, or even because we had basic black back in like March of 2015, but you could use your basic gray ink, or I think there's a Cajun Craze ink that was not even a year ago in the kits. But otherwise, you can go in the online store, get basic black. We have some basic black twine. We have the fine tip glue pen, the snail adhesive, paper trimmers, paper snips, which is, just the scissors. And then we're going to use some papers, some other papers on the project. Of course, we'll need 12x12 white, so we'll just get some 12x12 white cardstock. This is the decorative paper that we're going to be using. It's called Serene Scenery, and you can see it's beautiful. It has photographic images on one side, and then it has some fun print images on the other side. We'll be using the photographic images, and then we'll also use basic black cardstock, Cajun Craze cardstock, and our paper trimmer. So let's start with the piece in the kit. When you get your kit, you have these fun boxes. This is the larger size box, and you can see from the center here, I have a kite shape. So I took those pieces, trimmed them out of the middle of the box, used these pieces elsewhere, like on the cards that you'll see in the first video, and then I made a kite out of it. So I cut it in half and in half again, and now we have the pieces of a large kite. We want to put another kite on the page layout though. So we're going to go ahead and cut these pieces so that they create a smaller kite. So we found the side that's most equal, because this is not an equilateral triangle if you're a mathematics fan like I am. It has 2 sides that are longer than the other, so we want those 2 sides going up. And we also want this to shift a little higher up on our base triangle. First, let's go ahead and trim off the edge here that has the score. We'll lay this on here, and we're not laying it on there perfectly like this, because then we'll have more of a diamond shape instead of a kite shape. So we're going to shift it up a little higher. We'll make sure it looks pretty even on there so that this side here, or this edge, is parallel to that edge. See how they go equal to each other? And then just use your paper trimmer and you're going to trim off these two top triangles. And we're going to take that away and we're going to use those corners and cut into the center. So now you have to eyeball the center and we're going to cut down to that corner again and to the other corner, and you have a true kite shape. Now we can go ahead and cut this in half. See, and we didn't even have to use rulers. That's the beauty of it. And then we're going to cut these each in half. And you can eyeball to the center, or if you need to, mark the center and then cut. But now we've got our tiny kite and our larger kite. Just like that. I've zoomed out a bit so that you can see a little bit more of the page as I'm working on it. This is going to be the page that goes on our right hand side. And I'm taking just the papers as is. So they are 6x6 designer paper pieces from that tablet of fun papers. And of course we got the fun little cattails design here, a sky image. We have 2 sky images in that set, so that's great. This is this cardstock is cut down to 5.5, which is half of the 11 inches, so you can get 4 full photo mats out of that. This is the Cajun Craze color. And then I cut this piece down slightly smaller to 5 3/8 inches by 4. And this again is 5.5 by 4 1/8. We're just layering that up. So you have 2 photo mats for the photos that you're going to add to your scrapbook page. And then I'm going to bring in the other page that is started. This is the page that goes on the left-hand side. And you can see side by side what we've got going here. So I've already adhered or glued down this twine, the black twine, with some of the fine tip glue. What I did was I just laid it down where I wanted it to go, and after it was in that place, I took the fine tip glue and I glued down underneath a couple spots and just secured it and let it dry. So let's go ahead and add the large kite on this side. We're going to use dimensionals to pop it up. And we put them close enough together but not touching so that you still see that line that's dividing the 4 panels of our kite. I've already put together a couple other photo mats, and this one I'm going to pop up on dimensionals. And I did the same for that one there. And then we're going to go ahead and stamp our title, which you can use right from the kit. Way to shine, it's your day to sparkle, you're so fancy. So any of those would be great titles. Now the fine tip glue, when dry, will dry shiny, so you don't want it to be squirting out the edges. You want to have it right underneath the twine so it doesn't show. And then I wanted to share with you the sizes of the mats for the photos. So you can just go ahead and glance at those measurements as I am laying this last photo mat down here. And here we have the finished pages. But make sure that you go to my blog, and then you'll be able to see photos of this full spread and close-ups. Now for our Project Life page layout. For this layout, we're going to use page protector number 10, which has a whole bunch of little 2x2 squares, little pockets in them. We're going to decorate those up. So we'll set the page protector aside for a minute. We're going to work on some of those 2x2 pieces. These tags, the smaller ones, and of course we've cut them in half, fit very nicely into that 2x2 space. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to line them up so that the top and the bottom edges are parallel to the page. We'll do the same thing on this side. And don't worry about those circles, we are going to cover those up. Let's take this piece now, and I've already finished one of them, but let me show you what I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to go ahead and mount it onto my clear block, and then I'm going to take some washi tape. And this washi tape is from the Affectionately Yours collection of washi tape. I'm just going to cover up these words down here at the bottom that say "For You," so that when I ink it up, and we're using basic black ink, when I ink that up and peel this off, we are avoiding getting ink onto the "For You" words. Let's go ahead and stamp that on there. And then we'll go ahead and tape this down onto our 2x2 basic black cardstock that we've already pre-cut ahead of time. And then let me share with you the other one that I have. So I have this one here. Let's go ahead and trim that excess off. So now I have these pieces for those 2x2 pockets. But I've also got 2x2 pockets on the bottom of that page layout, and those are going to be in these colors here. So I grabbed the in color, the 2016 to 2018 in color packet of cardstock. This is the flamingo color, the emerald color, and those are both in the kit, as you can see. And then we have this dapper denim blue, which is also a very nice, lovely, blingy color. So all of them remind us of jewel tones. Speaking of jewels, let's go ahead and add in the jewel stamp images into our fun design. Let's start with this one here. Next, here's a fun idea that I shared in the first video that I want to share with you now. I'm using just a brown Sharpie marker, just a brown one. And I'm coloring on my rhinestones. So we have rhinestones in the online store. Get a lot of them for the price. And you just color on top. Just go like this. So now we've created copper looking jewels. We'll just go ahead and pick up couple of them and lay them where we want them. So now I have some fun little elements to put on the page layout. I'm going to finish up the other bottom section. So this is the top section. I'm going to do the same thing to the bottom section, and then I'll show you all those pieces. So you can see if this is going to be on the top, we have the jewels cascading down and of course even further into the page, and these are going to go top and bottom on the page. So we're going to put those aside for a minute. I'm going to bring in the middle section. I've already pre-stamped it with It's Your Day to Sparkle. We're going to flip it over and we're going to add some thread, some metallic copper thread. Again, this is another idea that I shared in the first video. You want to slather on the snail adhesive on the back side, and then we're going to use what's called copper metallic thread. And we're going to just loop-de-loop all around the outside edges of this piece. And you don't have to go crazy, but you want enough to just say, hey, here I am. It really stands out on the black cardstock, as you can see. We'll flip it over, we'll add some dimensionals to the back, and you want to actually put those dimensionals down pretty much everywhere, because of course you put that snail everywhere, and you don't want your piece to stick down weird on top of your background piece. Plus, we are tacking down every single metallic thread so that we do not lose it. Here is the finished layout. Because of the glare of the light in the room, I didn't put them into the actual pockets, but you can see all the pieces and how they're going to fit into the pockets when I do put them in there. And these would be where the photos would go. So very fun page for, I don't know, someone who is going to be performing on stage and this is their light to shine, their night to shine, and maybe you have a dancer in your family or someone who likes to sing on stage or whatever. So there you go. There's that layout. For the last project, I want to show you a fun little gift box. I'm always trying to think of ways to reuse these paper pumpkin kit boxes. And so what I did is I just covered the box in some black cardstock. This is 9 3/8 by 6 3/8. And the piece on the front is 9 3/8 by 1 5/8. And I just adhered it with some simple snail adhesive. Next, I'm going to show you how to make a little pom-pom. So you're going to take one of these pieces that you may not have used already. You're going to slip your finger in underneath and you're going to grab a bit of the extra yarn or twine and shove that through to the other side. After you've got that on the other side, then you're going to tie this in a very, very tight knot right here, and you're going to flip it over and you're going to trim. And what you come up with is something like this. So next, to make it more pom-pom-like, we're going to go ahead and trim it. And then we just fluff it out like that, making sure to give it a haircut if you see any other spots that need trimming. Now we're going to use leftovers from one of our bigger boxes, and we're going to use our paper scissors, and we're going to trim off one of those pieces. Because not only did I see Christmas trees, sailboats, graduation caps, kites, but I saw a little party hat. So we're going to make a birthday box. So now we're going to take the Have a Brilliant Birthday message, ink that up in our Emerald Envy, and stamp that upside down on one of our triangular pieces. And that's going to accent the box. Let's add one of our hats. And let's add this piece down at the bottom. And then let's trim off the excess. I've got a couple extra pieces of twine that I grabbed. And we're going to tie a bow right underneath this tag. That way when the box becomes open, you can still have the bow on there. Brilliant, huh? All right, and let's add the other hat with some dimensionals. And then we just need a dimensional at the top of each hat to hold the pom-pom. Fun little pom-poms on top. And there we have our little fun festive birthday box made from the actual box that the kit came in. Thank you for watching. It builds creativity to think outside the box. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can watch more paper pumpkin videos that I've shared using past kits and more that I'll share with future kits. Also, be sure to visit my blog at stampyourartout.com so that you can view close-up photos of all these projects from videos 1 and 2 and see photos of other paper pumpkin kit ideas. If you're watching my video on YouTube, look for the links in my video description below. Oh, yes, and to see some extra exclusive project ideas, get your paper pumpkin subscription started with me as your demonstrator. I hope you all enjoyed this video tutorial. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.